Today is kind of a weird day because everything seems to be moving higher at the same time. We're seeing the price of gold go up, the price of silver is going up as well, alongside the dollar. The dollar is increasing in strength. We're seeing the stock market on the rise, cryptos are on the rise, everything is moving up. But what's happening today is probably not as important as what is going to happen tomorrow and the next day. So where is everything headed from here? That's what I want to talk about in this video. Let's get into it. SD Bullion is giving away a monster box of 2024 Tree of Life silver coins. Sign up today at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes. Thank you so much for watching. I do sincerely appreciate it. If you want to learn more about investing in precious metals, or if you just want to watch awesome videos about gold and silver, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so the first thing I mentioned in this video is that today is kind of a weird day. And the reason I said that is because the dollar is getting stronger and precious metals are going up at the same time. Usually this doesn't happen, especially with silver. When we see the dollar move higher, I always expect silver to be moving down, and about 90% of the time that is the case. But today is just one of those days where everything is going up together. Gold is continuing to climb higher. It's up over $13 today at the moment, and in fact, it's only $9 off of its all-time high. So gold is crushing it right now. Silver, on the other hand, is not crushing it, but it actually is doing really well this year. It started off the year at about $23.50, and it's currently sitting at $28.51. So it's moved up about $5 an ounce so far this year, although it did peak at $32 an ounce, which is the 11-year high for silver, and we're about $3.50 off of that at the moment. So I would say, all in all, silver is performing better than a lot of other things, but certainly not as good as gold. So where is silver going to go from here? Well, I did a poll on my channel last night, and I asked all of you, what will silver price be at the end of the year? And the results were really interesting. 6% of you think it's going to be under $20 an ounce, which is kind of absurd to actually picture silver going back into the teens. I mean, if we did have a stock market crash or something and everything went down, I suppose it could happen, but I think that's pretty unlikely. Now, 45% of you think it'll be between $20 an ounce and $30 an ounce, which is where it is right now. So I think that's actually pretty reasonable to assume silver is going to end the year kind of where it is now. In fact, it's been trading in that range the whole year, except for that brief period of time where it went up to 32. So 38% of you actually think it'll end the year above 30 to 40, and 11% of you think it'll be over $40 an ounce at the end of the year. But here is the thing. Wherever silver ends the year at, it doesn't really matter because there's going to be another year and another year and another year. So ultimately, where is silver going to go? I guess you have to look at the big picture. If silver and the dollar generally do the opposite, then what is the dollar generally going to do moving forward? Well, it has a track record of going down. Since the Fed was started in 1913, the dollar has actually lost about 98% of its purchasing power, and it's going to continue to lose purchasing power because we're going to continue to have inflation. Inflation is not going to stop. And when inflation continues to rise, especially if it rises at a quick pace, we're going to see the price of everything go up, including the price of gold and silver. This is why a lot of people look at precious metals as an inflation hedge. If I hold precious metals, it doesn't matter what happens to the dollar, it doesn't matter what happens with inflation, because I have wealth outside of that system. I'm holding real money. I don't care if the dollar ceases to exist. I have my own wealth. I am my own bank, and I'm going to be fine. I've preserved my wealth. So that's why a lot of people buy precious metals. It's one of the reasons I buy precious metals. I think it's a prudent thing to do with your wealth for everyone. I think everyone should have some of their wealth in precious metals. Not all of it, but a portion of it. And when I talk about putting your wealth in precious metals, I'm not talking about investing in a silver ETF or a gold ETF or some type of a paper product, a digital product. I'm talking about something tangible, real physical precious metals that you can hold in your hand. That's what you want to have, because if everything comes crashing down, there's no power, no internet, whatever, then you can't access any of those other things. They're practically worthless. And that's kind of why some people look at gold and silver as their insurance. If everything fails, if the whole system gets completely blown up, then at least you will still have your wealth in precious metals. Some of your wealth, not all of it, but some of it, which is more than what most people would be able to say. Now, I don't think the whole system is going to come crashing down this year or next year or the year after that, but it could. And if it does, you can bet your bottom dollar that you're going to wish you had prepared for it. So I look at precious metals as a long-term play. This is not something that's a get-rich-quick scheme. This isn't something that you're typically going to move in and move out of real quick. When you put a little bit of money into silver, it goes up, you take the money out. That's not really my plan with precious metals. I like to buy them, stack them, hold them, and I want to hold them for the rest of my life and eventually pass them down to my kids. And then they can have that safety net if anything crazy happens in their lifetime. So I like the idea of gold and silver being insurance, a wealth preservation tool. It is cool when the price goes down and you can buy more for cheaper, or when the price goes up and you're holding them and you're saying, hey, look, the value of my investment has gone up, right? I mean, that's cool. And if the price moves up $1 or down $1, I'm probably still going to make YouTube videos talking about it. I mean, it is exciting. And sure, some people are trading the metals and that's important to them. But ultimately, big picture, does it matter what the price is for silver, or does it matter that you're actually holding the silver? Are you measuring your wealth in dollars? Because dollars are just a made-up concept that we all agree on right now. Dollars are a man-made currency which isn't backed by anything. So are you measuring your wealth in that, or are you measuring your wealth in ounces? This is one of those things that can be incredibly hard to wrap your brain around. The fact that dollars are actually not money. Money has to have some type of intrinsic value. It has to have value outside of just a concept. You're indoctrinated as a young child to think of dollars as money, but really they're just a currency. It's just an idea. And eventually, like all other fiat currencies, the dollar will go to zero. It will become worthless. So what is the price of silver going to be in the future? Well, as the thumbnail suggests, it doesn't really matter. If you want to be that hardcore stacker who actually measures your wealth in ounces, then the amount of ounces of silver or gold that you have, that's how much money you have. The price doesn't actually matter, because the price in dollars, again, is a made-up concept. A better question is actually, what is the value of your silver going to be in the future? What are you going to be able to trade your silver for? What things, what goods and services can you get for your silver? That's a better question, not what is the price of silver in dollars going to be. But right now, sure, we do price silver in dollars. I'll grant you that. And when you go to buy silver, you got to give them dollars for it. And you can use those dollars to buy other things. So people still equate dollars with value, and they still think of dollars as money right now. So you don't have to go into the hardcore stacker mindset yet, but eventually you might need to. So it's something to be aware of. But honestly, I wanted to put this video out there because I know I've made a lot of videos in the past talking about silver going up a few dollars, going down a few dollars, the price moving, where it's going to go. And I just wanted to give another alternative view on silver and how it's priced and why it actually might not really matter. So I'm curious your guys' thoughts on this video and these concepts. Definitely let me know down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Silver Dragons out.